It is good, yo. It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we are going to be doing a squad builder if you have 100,000 MT. Now, if you want to know how to get 100,000 MT, look, guys, look, you're going to have to just go watch the sniping video I put out in which I literally made 50,000 MT in the course of 1 hour. So, just throwing it out there, guys. It's pretty easy to make MT in this game. You just got to use it to build a good squad as well. Now, before we dive any further into this video today, guys, if you are new to my channel and love my team content, man, there's no other place right there that you need to be, man. This is the place you need to be. I do appreciate all the constant and consistent support from you guys as well. We're gonna start it off, and I just want to briefly say, yes, there's gonna be a lot of next players on this list, and that's a good thing because first of all, next players are fun to use. Second of all, guys, they are really good. We're gonna start off here with the point guard out of Wisconsin, Johnny Davis. When he first came out, guys, I saw he had the Steve Nash release, and I was like, you know what, the Steve Nash release isn't great, right? And that's just mostly I thought that because of how Steve Nash had been this year, right? There hadn't been, you know, a great Steve Nash card. And so I wasn't that high on Johnny Davis. And as time went on, I used him in gameplays, and I was like, okay, this card is actually pretty solid. Now, you can probably find one for like 10,000 MT if you sit on this filter for long enough. You guys can see I already have Johnny Davis. I'm on my no money spend, and he is my starting point guard. 6'5", 194 pounds, good 3-ball, good driving dunk. The reason I like him is really because of his movement and his release. His release is really good, and it's kind of surprising because I saw the Steve Nash release, and that kind of turned me off. It's really what turned me off with Johnny Davis to start things off. But he ended up being a really good card, and that's kind of my best budget point guard right now that I would recommend you guys picking up. Surprise, surprise, Benedict coming in as my second guy, my second option to pick up. Now, look, guys, Benedict's price right now, not super expensive. You know, 10,000 MT, you can probably find the card. Now, my whole thing is, yes, you can do that, or you can maybe try to bid snipe one. So you guys are seeing right now, I don't know if this is going to work, but, you know, there's plenty of different ways to make MT and snipe in this game. I know Benedict goes for 10,000 MT. So if I can get either of these Benedicts, I mean, one here for, let's say, 9,000 MT, that's really the goal, and that really should be what you are looking at, right? You never want to overpay for players. And again, 10,000 is the cheapest, so even if you have to spend 9,000 on Benedict, guys, that is not the worst price. You guys saw that one ended for 10,000. This one probably going to end for close to 10,000 as well. But that is, again, guys, a super cheap price to pay. I cannot, you know, emphasize that enough that if you get him for, let's say, 85, which I'm going to try. Don't know if I'm going to get him, but I'm going to try. That's a super cheap price. So, what are you getting with Benedict? Well, you are getting a shooting guard at 6'6", with a 95 3-ball, 95 driving dunk. Defense is absolutely incredible. I mean, player build solid. 45 Hall of Famers, 24 on gold for 10,000 MT. These cards, honestly, are like Invincible cards with just a few less Hall of Famers. And trust me when I say Benedict is absolutely outstanding for 10,000 MT in my team. Taking a little different route at that small forward position, plugging in Mr. Alexei Pokachevsky. Yes, guys, 11,000 MT. So we're right around the 10,000 mark through and through so far. 91 3-ball, 90 standing dunk, driving dunk, good ball handle, defensively very solid. Scotty release, 7 feet tall, badge-wise pretty complete in my team. Is Poku, can he use ankle braces? Can he use Deadeye Chef? Those type of badges? Absolutely. And I'm not going to sugarcoat things. Poku can use those badges. Now, my counter argument is, does he need those badges? And that's where I think Poku doesn't need those badges. Yes, he could use each and every one of those badges. Those badges could be good for him, but he doesn't need those. Now, that's who I got at my small forward position. At the power forward position, we're heading right back to the well. Right back to this next set in which we're plugging in Jalen Duren. Now, you have to spend a little bit more MT on Duren than some of the other guys, but for 12,000 MT, you can pick him up. And that's the thing. I mean, a lot of these cards are anywhere from 10,000 MT to 12,000. Again, you can snipe all these cards for 10,000 MT, 6'11", 84 3-ball. That's the worst part about that card. That is the only downside of Jalen Duren, is that 3-ball. Everything else on the court at 6'11" with an incredible wingspan Jalen Duren is going to do at a high rate. He's going to defend at a high rate. He's going to dribble pretty well. Again, it comes down to shooting wise. Yes, guys, you might want to apply a few shooting badges to the card. But if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure he's got Hall of Fame catch and shoot, as you guys can see up there. Duren, very complete at that power forward position. Here's where things kind of come to a little bit of a standstill because you don't have enough MT with 100K to plug in Mark Williams. Man, do I wish I could plug Mark Williams into this squad. And if you have enough MT, it's a card I definitely recommend. But don't sleep on Jack Sigma. Doesn't matter if you are on current gen or next gen. This card for 8,000 MT can compete at any level. I'm telling you guys that right now. Do not sleep on Sigma. Only 6'11", but he's got every badge in the game you need. You pick up Jack Sigma, the card needs to add, you need to add 0 badges to him, and I think that is so important for budget players in my team. Look, guys, I won so many wagers in which my opponent says, okay, no Taco, no Manu, you've got to use different centers. My first pickup nearly every single time is Jack Sigma. That shows how much I trust him in even tough situations. So that's my starting lineup. You're looking at right about 50,000 for that starting lineup. Headline in the backups, we got Nicholas Batum for 7,000 MT. 6'8", 93 3 ball, 90 driving hook, good standing hook, 86 bundle. Defensively, that's where Batum's going to be at his best. If you do want to, guys, I'm just throwing this name out there because, look, if you would rather plug in this card right here, do what you got to do. I'm not gonna argue with you guys. If you want to plug in Sabonis, do what you got to do. I'm just more comfortable with Batum right now. Sabonis might be a little bit cheaper, and so it's really personal preference. I'm just more comfortable, I think, with Batum right now. But just had to kind of clarify, Sabonis is really good too. Might be a little cheaper option. Should be about the same price, but yes, both of these cards are going to defend at a very elite level offensively. Neither of these cards are going to be at the their best, but both the cards are going to be solid enough. Shooting guard position. Probably the cheapest guy we're going to plug in here is George Mikan. And it's not to say George Mikan is bad. He's 7,700. So that's not me saying George Mikan is bad. It's just me saying, I mean, look, he's cheap. He's 6'10", jump shot 4, badge-wise, very complete. There's not many better options I'd rather have than George Mikan. Now, the problem with Mikan, it comes with badges he needs. He needs Deadeye. He needs Chef. He needs some playmaking badges. And so if you do pick up George Mikan, it's tough because on the offensive end, he's not great, whereas on the defensive end, he's going to be absolutely elite. So he's basically kind of a 3-and-D guy that you can play at that shooting guard position. Here comes the tough part, guys. We don't have that much MT, and honestly, in this video, I'm going to spend a little bit more than 100,000 MT, but I have to make the squad I want. Small forward position, we're going to plug in Eason here. Now, here's the thing with Eason. Another one of these next players that is absolutely elite. 10,000 MT, you can find yourself a 6'8" small forward that can literally do everything on the basketball court. And it's crazy that these cards are this cheap because I'm telling you, you can build a squad literally for just over 100K of all next players that can be absolutely elite. Obviously, you got Chet Holmgren, who's going to go for a more, the Daniels guy that goes for a lot more, Dyson Daniels. But even like a guy like Tari Eason, people might not hype this card up. I will. I'll be the one to hype him up. So we got a little bit more MT to spend. Obviously, we're looking probably about 75,000 MT right now. Again, you're going to have to snipe some of these cards if you do want to build my exact team. Now, the power forward position, I know he's a little undersized. We're plugging in Josh Smith. I really can't stress it enough, guys. I really wanted a different guy than Josh Smith, but I wanted to plug in Josh Smith too because Josh Smith at the power forward position is absolutely elite, and I can't stress that enough. Again, I wanted to plug in Mark Williams. I just couldn't make it fit. So Josh Smith, hey man, he can hold it down at any level. I just want to kind of clarify that. He did come out in the Swish set. In the Swish set, for 15,000 MT, you can get your hands on Josh Smith, who is very, very solid in my team. Now, again, if you want to plug in Marc Gasol instead, guys like that, you can probably do your thing. But I'm telling you guys, look no further than Josh Smith. He's basically an Invincible Bron. That's the way he's going to move. That's the way he's going to feel. He's just without the Invincible name. At the center position, guys, we're staying in the Swish set. We're plugging in Nate Thurman, one that just went for 13,000. And MT right here. So yes, you guys are going to end up spending, you know, 105,000 on this squad without sniping. If you do snipe, you can get it for 100,000 MT. I don't know why I'm searching Josh Smith. We got to search for Big Nate Thurman again. That's a fine one for a buyout. You're going to probably have to spend a little bit more MT, but if you do bid snipe, stuff like that, you can make that MT back. What does Nate Thurman give you? He gives you a similar aspect to a guy like a Jack Sigma. Again, he's going for 20,000, but we just saw one go for 13,000 MT. So again, you're not gonna have to spend that much MT. It's tough to find these big bruisers on the interior. Thurman, Sigma, there's great stretch big options. They can both move extremely well, both play incredibly good defense. I love them both, and they both deserve a spot in my 100K squad. Take a look at the finalized 100K squad here, guys. I do want to give out two names that if you do have a little bit more MT that you guys can look at. First guy, Mark Williams. I mean, at the center position, a guy that can compete at all levels with the guys like Taco, those bigger type of guys that I think definitely deserves a spot if you have that little bit of extra MT is Mark Williams. The second name I want to give you, if you have a little bit more MT, is Ben Wallace. I'm telling you guys, Ben Wallace and Mark Williams would be my ideal front court. The problem is we didn't have quite enough MT, and so we really kind of had to ball on a budget with the Nate Thurmans, Jack Sigmas of the world, which I don't mind those guys. I'm just saying, if I could have Mark Williams, Ben Wallace, that would be my ideal choice. That is going to wrap it up for my video today, though, guys, on the 100K Squad Builder. Hopefully, each and every one of you guys did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.